I think some people want to know why I work as a sexpert and what it is that drives me. And I went to a seminar this weekend, and that was a question that I was asked. Why do I do what I do? And it got me thinking, because it's never really anything that I've thought about in any great depth. And I think it's because I want everybody to, if you've ever sort of felt that you haven't been good enough or that you don't fit in, they're feelings that I've had a lot of in my life, and I want to make sure that other people don't feel the same way. When I was a kid at school, I didn't realise at the time, but I was affected by body dysmorphia. I went to secondary school, I ended up getting bullied for how I looked, and I felt very lonely and very angry, and felt like I just didn't fit in really. I turned to a very promiscuous teenager, and that was, I got some sort of solace from that, or some comfort from sleeping with a lot of guys, because I felt like, I don't know, I suppose on some level I was getting some love, and I was trying to build my confidence, and I did actually build it through doing that, although it's not the best way to do things. The point is, I've always, I've had that feeling of not really thinking I'd never have a boyfriend, thinking that people didn't find me desirable. And then I went to uni and didn't get my college degree or qualifications or any higher education, and a lot of people, at the time I thought that I wasn't worthy of doing any other job, or I could never get a well-paid job because I hadn't finished university, and I went from one no-pay job to another, and I always knew I wanted more. And I started working in a travel agent, and that was my longest job for about 2 years. But I ended up just sacking it all in one day and decided to go and work in a peep show in Belgium. I went full throttle into the sex industry. I'd done glamour modelling, which led to dancing, stripping, peep show, and then ultimately ended up working as an escort for 10 years. And because I'd been a very promiscuous teenager, it was something that I felt comfortable to do, because people were getting my body, but they weren't really getting me. And I enjoyed my time, but for 10 years I sort of, I was helping people with relationships in my own way. It's never black and white when it comes to escorting and clients, and people always have a very strong opinion on it. However, what they forget is that some wives don't want to have sex with their husbands, so they're quite glad that there's escorts around and people like that aren't threatening to their relationship, that will provide a service that they don't want to. I know this isn't the case for everybody, but what I'm saying is that those situations do exist. And I found that men were a lot more in need of affection. They were paying for the girlfriend experience with me. So they were, I was taken away to hotels all around the world. I was spending long periods of time with them, offering the girlfriend experience, and they really wanted that intimacy. So I really sort of learned a lot about men, that it's, that it's not just about sex that they want. I also, from the flip side of it, and being intimate with them, kind of knew why why their wife wouldn't want to have sex with them. But yeah, after doing that for 10 years, it was a bit, I like to feel like I'm moving forwards in my job, and didn't feel like there was anywhere to go with what I was doing. So I finished it all in, wrote a book, and that book was really, the girlfriend experience was closure on that side of my life. It was very cathartic and therapeutic, just going through, really sort of having to sit down for the first time and think, well, how, what series of events in my life led up to me making these choices. And if I could go back now, I wouldn't. It's not something that I would change. But the one thing I would change is my self-belief. I realised the only thing that was holding me back and stopping me from getting a very well-paid job or being successful in business was my lack of self-belief. So yeah, even though it was a good 10 years, it was time of doing that. It was time to knock it on the head, and I just thought, I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. So the book came out, and then the past few years have been a bit of a journey, really. because naively I thought that after the book came out the opportunities would arise, and you know, my whole life and what I was destined to do would just present itself in front of me, and that didn't happen. I've been finding my feet for the past few years. All I knew is that I wanted to help people. I wanted people to feel good. I didn't want people to feel like they didn't fit in, or any of the negative sort of feelings about myself and my self-image that I've had for many years. I didn't want other people to experience those. And I thought, yeah, eventually it sort of, the sexpert thing came about because I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could actually get involved and help couples before they get to that stage of one of them going down the route of infidelity, whether it's with an escort or with having an affair. So that's what drives me now, is that, you know, and that's what I love, is working with couples and helping them keep that connection so that their partners are less likely to stray, and helping people that haven't got relationships, or, you know, because I saw as an escort, I saw a lot of single guys. I realised there were guys that were struggling with intimacy, struggling having the confidence to even approach women and date women. So helping people now that are not at that stage, that have not been fortunate enough to have a relationship or to be dating anyone, I get a real buzz out of giving them confidence to go out and have a successful love life, because I believe that everybody deserves to have a successful love life, and, you know, and be intimate with other human beings. That's just, you know, it's one of nature, you know, being close. Everyone wants to feel close to someone. So that is my why. That's why I do what I do today. I just want everyone to have great sex lives and great relationships, because let's face it, when everything's going right in the relationship or in your love life, everything else tends to flow as well. So I've been thinking, and I'd like to offer you today, if you want me to talk to me about how you think I might be able to help you with your relationship, or maybe it's help you get into a relationship, then I'd love you to make a comment below, or if you go to my website and send me an inquiry via the form, I'll get back to you, and I'll arrange a time to speak to you personally, and you can ask me anything you want to ask me, and we'll see if I can help you. So if you like this video, please share it and subscribe to my channel, and if you've got any comments or you want to share any of your own experiences, please leave them below, and thank you for listening.